Country singer Mindy McCready committed suicide over the weekend. Obviously, this is a very sad story, and she had a very tumultuous past, a tumultuous life. She had committed or attempted to commit suicide twice, once in 2005 and the second time in 2008. When she was interviewed about that, she said that she had gotten so drunk that she didn't even realize that she was trying to attempt suicide. She didn't remember attempting suicide, but unfortunately she succeeded by shooting herself. She shot her dog prior to shooting herself. And I mean, everyone is really saddened by this news, especially given the fact that, you know, she did seek help for some of the depression that she was facing, the drug habits that she was battling with, and unfortunately that treatment did not work. So
obviously she shot the dog first. I wonder if she shot the dog and then got so depressed, shot herself, or if that was part of the battle plan. Like, I'm going to take the dog to heaven with me, but then how do you go inside the mind of someone who's obviously significantly damaged?
Yeah, I mean,
but every time I've talked about this story today, people are like, why did she shoot the dog?
Yeah, so to give you a little more context into this, in early January, her boyfriend, David Wilson, committed suicide. He also shot himself. Well, she was being investigated because there were some allegations that she killed him. However, she was never charged or anything like that. There were no suspects named in the case. So they were investigators were trying to figure out whether or not this was a murder or a suicide. Now, she was interviewed about that, and she talks about how it was the most painful thing that she had gone through. In fact, she said, "I have never gone through anything this painful. He didn't just touch my heart, he touched my soul. He was my soulmate."
Look, it's tragic all around. And then there's the whole different angle on, she was on rehab, celebrity rehab with Dr. Drew, right?
Yes.
Jesus, how many people from celebrity rehab have died?
Okay, so before McCready, 4 other individuals that had appeared on Celebrity Rehab had died, either through suicide or drug overdose. So just to tell you who those individuals were, the first person was Mike Starr. He was the bassist in the band Alice in Chains. He died in 2011 after a drug overdose. Then came Joey Kova. He was a former Real World cast member. He died in 2012 from an opiate overdose or intoxication. Then Rodney King, of course, died in 2012 after drowning in his pool. King's autopsy revealed that he had a mixture of cocaine, alcohol, and marijuana in his system at the time. And then the fourth individual was Grease actor Jeff Conaway. He died in 2011 of health complications he apparently contracted from years of substance abuse.
Okay, can we just call it for what it is? I mean, that show was the biggest disaster in television history. Now, look, I don't mean it in terms of ratings, obviously. I don't mean it in terms of how good a quality entertainment it was, which is already kind of sick that this was entertainment. But Dr. Drew, it's got to hang it up. I mean, like, if that was your celebrity rehab and 5 of them have already died in an incredibly short period of time, guess what? You didn't rehab them. Epic fail.
Humans are incredibly judgmental, and I worry about having a show that centers around addiction, because I feel like it's exploiting their addiction and it's exploiting their depression for ratings. And look, Dr. Drew is a great person, and I know that he genuinely wants to help individuals, so I don't want to place the blame on him. But I don't think that it's generally a good idea to battle your addictions in the public eye, especially given the fact that as public figures, we know what it's like to get feedback. And the feedback is vicious, and that's not going to help someone who's battling a disease.
Look, we've had Dr. Drew on the show plenty of times, so I like him because I've talked to him and he seems like a good guy. He gets a lot of criticism too. But in this case, I think it'd be a good thing if he came out and said, we shouldn't have done the show. Okay, now we don't know that those 5, obviously Rodney King was in the swimming pool. You don't know that all 5 are connected to the theory here that maybe perhaps this sped up the process and didn't help them but hurt them, was counterproductive.
Yeah.
But it's a bad record, right? And so if I was him, I'd feel a little remorseful and say, I'm not sure we should have done it, right? At the very least. Again, I'm not putting it all on him. These people are tremendous problems to begin with.